Team coverage continues tonight down the West Coast. Let's get to the latest now from our partners in Oregon. Catherine Cook is at Cannon Beach.
Here in Cannon Beach, all is calm on this night as folks watch and wait for more regarding this tsunami advisory. You can see the moon glistening onto the Pacific Ocean here, but other than that, the beach is calm and empty. Normally we would see campfires on a night like this, but folks have been advised to stay off of the beach and out of the water amid this tsunami advisory. No one really is concerned, though. They understand that the king tides that often hit the Oregon coast in the winter are more serious than this tsunami advisory, but still they want to make sure that they're safe, so they're taking this very seriously. Reporting from Cannon Beach, I'm Catherine Cook.
Our team coverage continues now 80 miles south in Lincoln City. Here's Alma McCarty.
I'm Alma McCarty in Lincoln City, Oregon, where we saw many people out here heeding the warnings this evening and getting off of the beach ahead of the tsunami advisory. Now, just several hours prior, that advisory was a watch, but it had since been upgraded, and it sounds as though many people are taking this seriously. Now, parts of town out here in Lincoln City, they do go in and out of a tsunami evacuation zone. So although we are overlooking the beach here, as are many houses, we're still a ways away from the shoreline, pretty high up. So people do feel pretty safe out here this evening. Now, while longtime residents, they have packed up the essentials and they have, a car full of gas. Some of the people who are visiting this area say that they are just really surprised to have their vacation coincide with such a rare event. Now, it does seem as though most people out here are not panicked. They're not worried. There's not really a lot of fear. It's more of a wait and see attitude here on this part of the Oregon coast. In Lincoln City, I'm Alma McCarty.
Farther down the coast now to San Diego, California. Richard Allen has the latest on how beachgoers are reacting there.
And we're here at La Jolla Shores in San Diego, California, where a tsunami advisory has been issued. Now, this tsunami advisory is definitely a big topic of conversation among a lot of folks, visitors and residents here in San Diego, who were here to take in the sunset earlier this evening. A lot of folks, not everyone, but a lot of folks taking this extremely seriously. Some saying that they are monitoring news reports and that they are actually coming up with a plan of action in case the current tsunami advisory turns more serious as this night moves on. A lot of folks we also spoke with say that they are paying closer attention to the tsunami evacuation signs that are posted around the area here. But again, here in San Diego, a lot of people are closely monitoring the news and taking this advisory, by and large, quite seriously.
Get back to meteorologist Adam Claybon here in the King 5 studios. We expect to see the tsunami hit here, in about 50 minutes. We just don't know what that's going to look like.
Yeah, out towards the coast. We're going to keep an eye out for things. And we are under a tsunami advisory. So again, some strong currents, maybe a large wave, but not really, it does not mean that we're going to see any sort of flooding coming from this at all. We could, but it looks like as of right now, and a lot of the forecasts have been kind of leaning away from that, thankfully. But if you are around the water, you kind of still want to take it seriously. And if you have to take any action, make sure you do so. Westport, everything is dark out here, but you can just see that we had the jetty right there as we look at that dark mode on the camera. So things are looking okay as we speak right now, and it's really not until a little bit later, getting closer to about midnight there at Westport, that we have the chance of that wave starting to come on in. But yes, we are now at this tsunami advisory that's going to be with us here for the time being. We'll see what happens as we go deeper on into the night, but this includes the entire west coast, not only of just Washington, but up and down the west coast of the United States. Now, what we're going to keep an eye out for is what's happening down across areas. They're closer to Hawaii. You can see they're under actually a tsunami warning, and they've been seeing some water rises and drops with some of the waves that have been coming on through. Thankfully, it doesn't look like anything catastrophic or too much in terms of extreme damage has been happening as of so far. So again, we'll continue to keep an eye out for things for us here as we head on into the night, but we're also wanting to talk about tomorrow's chances of storms, which are going to be across the Cascades and the eastern side of the state. And one main thing that we're going to want to keep an eye out for tomorrow will be the possibility of dry lightning to come along with that, because we're not going to have a lot of moisture with those storms as they track through over the Cascades, especially with the dry vegetation that we have there. We want to really limit the dry lightning that we have. Going to be a hot day too. Temperatures back in the mid and upper 80s, especially from Central Sound southward. We'll cool down heading to Thursday. We actually even have a chance of showers here in the lowlands before we do dry out again, but we stay cooler on through the weekend. Now, this is going to be your thunderstorm energy that's in the atmosphere where you see some of the yellows, and you can see a lot more of that as we head into the day tomorrow. This is 3:30, flares up over the Cascades, some over the Olympics, but I just don't think we're going to have too much activity over into those parts. You can even see a few areas of orange popping up right here. So some higher chances of that happening. We'll start to see that die off during the nighttime hours as we lose the heating of the day, and then a lot of that energy heads off towards the eastern side of the state heading into the day Thursday, but we still have some showers that are going to be coming on through. Looking at that on Futurecast tomorrow, again, limited moisture, not really helping to develop much rain from these thunderstorms, but we could see a little bit out of them. Those will die off as we head into tomorrow night, and then we head into Thursday and we see this cluster coming through of showers, maybe seeing some lightning and thunder with it, but there will be less of that with this particular wave that comes on through. That's 1:30 here into your Thursday afternoon. Some of that tries to sneak across the western side of the state and here into the lowlands, but as far as the expected precipitation from that, it's looking like it's very, very minimal. We'll keep things more so over the eastern side of the state and across the mountains. Going to be a hot one tomorrow. We'll see highs up in the upper 80s around Olympia and in Puyallup, mid 80s around Seattle, and then much cooler up around Everett and points northward. Your 7-day forecast has us one more day in the 80s before we cool down into the 70s starting up on Thursday.